Hello, hello. Welcome. Let me know how everything sounds as you come in. I haven't been live in a while, so always nervous about the setup for this. So let me know, but welcome, welcome. All right, so I am here. So as you come in, feel free to say hello. If you don't want to, you obviously do not have to, but I am here because I want to talk all about the shop update this month. So the shop is actually now updated, live, everything is there, almost everything. I actually realized one thing is missing, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So a few things I want to talk about. One, so you can shop away as we're talking. You can have me on in the background while you're poking around in the shop. It's all there. It's all good to go. So I'm going to run through, this is the month where really everything changed. And so I want to kind of be available for questions if anyone has questions. And then really just kind of explain a little bit about what's going on and show you guys the samples, and maybe we can talk about patterns. I'll be honest, I didn't plan out a whole list of them like I originally planned to, but yeah, we'll talk about them. You can kind of see a sneak peek of some of the yarn behind me. And then I also want to talk about like other changes as well. So hi to my mom and to Hannah and Gina. Hi, I hope you guys are all taking care of grandma today and for the next few days. Excuse me. All right, so let's talk about the shop change. Oh, and then at the very end, I'm going to be announcing a giveaway winner. So I've been doing an ongoing giveaway where if you use hashtag agirlandherwool on Instagram, you enter for a chance for a prize. And the prize this month is a ready to ship 100-gram skein of your choice, whatever kind of is in stock. You can pick something and you can win that. So that's ongoing, and I'll always announce the winners here on the shop update vlogs. So anyway, let's kind of get into it. So again, just want to explain a lot of the changes that are going on. And so if you have any questions, let me know. If you're watching this delayed, you can still comment on the video and let me know there. And then also you can, of course, email me if you have questions. But starting this month, pretty much everything came down out of the shop. So a little scary on my part, but I'm also kind of excited. It's nice to change things up and do things a little bit different, but also like why fix what's not broken? And I did that anyway. So starting this month, kind of the shop is going to revolve around these colors of the month. And so I introduced that last month in July with the July colors of the month. And now we're kind of fully there. So what went into the shop today was ready to ship skeins of these colors of the month, and we'll kind of get into what those are. Any size skeins are not going anywhere. I want to make that clear. Like, I still love doing any size skeins. I still want to offer that in my shop. That's still a huge part of the shop. But you can only order your any size skeins again on these same colors of the month. So for now, I have 100-gram skeins and 50-gram skeins ready to ship. I'm definitely going to be looking to expand that. So if I know from yarn clubs like 80-gram skeins are really popular, or if people want to see 150-gram skeins ready to ship, I'm open and willing to like increase what I'm offering ready to ship. Just trying to take things slow and kind of keep things under control. But if you still like those size skeins, you of course can still shop them. So you'll see custom order listings, and they're listed by base, so there's not separate ones for each color. So when you kind of go into that listing, you'll be able to select colors there. So I'll talk about that a little bit more, but I just want to make that clear that like any size skeins are not leaving the shop. Still my tagline that I sell hand-dyed yarn in any size skein. So that's still kind of what a girl and her wool is. Good morning, Amber. Happy to have you here. Um, all right, so again, that's kind of the big changes. I have notes here, that's why I'm looking down over here. So these shop updates are going to be the bulk of when the ready to ship yarn goes up. And then, so it'll always be that first Saturday of the month. And then on other Saturdays, I'll potentially have restock updates. So I have a shop update news page and it has a restock request form you can fill out. It's completely anonymous. I don't see who sends it. All I see is the text that you put in that box. So you can fill that out for restock request. Again, it's anonymous, so it's not reservation system or anything. It just lets me see what people want. And then as I get more and more requests, that's kind of what I'll put into the next restock update. And everything ready to ship will ship within 1 to 2 business days unless I'm traveling. And the stock, I'll restock the colors of the month throughout that month. Once the next shop update happens, then I'll no longer restock those previous colors, but anything left in stock will stay in the shop until it sells out. So yeah, the other thing is for the custom orders. So again, you can do your any size skeins there as well as quantities. So if you're looking for sweater quantities or just something that I don't have in stock, that's where you would get it. These are all, again, the die to order. So I'm going to be increasing my processing time to 2 weeks for custom orders. That's really just so I can keep up with the ready to ship, as well as everything else going on in my life. So 2 weeks processing time. And if I make that change, it'll be on the shop news page. All right, but the fun, pretty yarn stuff. So let's talk about what the colors of the month in August are. I'll take a sip for water and take a breath. If there are any questions, let me know, kind of in terms of shopping. I did rearrange things and make things a little different in the shop. So if there are questions, let me know. Oh, the cats are roaming free. Pie's actually sitting right next to me, so we'll see how good and quiet they stay. Usually they are in a bedroom during live streams, but they are out and about, and so maybe some will make an appearance. But all right, so let's talk colors of the month. So the first color is this one, and if you watch the dye with me, it'll look somewhat familiar. So this is the first color. Again, look at the photos because you know me and lighting. But this is called Peach Pie. So you're going to see we have a little bit of a theme this month. So this again was inspired by the first dye with me we did in July where I was starting to do fall colors. And you guys know that I was really excited about how this one came out. This version is a little bit lighter. That one was a little bit more brown. This one's a little bit more peachy, which I like, and especially because you'll see why in a minute. But if you remember from that dye with me, I was torn between speckling and not speckling. So I did speckle, not a ton, but there are both brown speckles and then also like a deeper red speckle. So really pretty. I really love Peach Pie and I'm excited about it. So I hope you guys are too. So all of what you're going to see, well, most of what you're going to see are available on sock, DK, BFL, and then 50-gram sock skeins. So then I also am doing sock sets. So for Peach Pie, I've paired it with this darker reddish brown color. And I was knitting up the sample, which I'll show you in a second, and decided that this color actually needed to be its own colorway this month. So you'll see that. But I'm calling this Apple Pie. So again, you're going to see a theme. So this is the Peach Pie sock set where the contrast is apple pie. And this is them knit up. If you look at the listing for the Peach Pie sock set, you don't see the sample in here. And I want to be clear about it. Even with this lighting, you probably can tell that skein is a little bit darker than Peach Pie. And so it still shows how it will knit up. You kind of get like that variegated look with the speckling, but the color is just darker. So I didn't want to show it as the example. So I think the actual sock set will contrast a little bit more between them, but definitely fall colors. Fun fall sock set. Okay, so that's color of the month number 1, peach pie, and then kind of what I was just talking about. So what I was just talking about is that color 2 is apple pie. So apple pie is another variegated colorway, a little bit, not really speckled, more variegated, with just kind of some of the peaches to kind of tie it to peach pie, and then some deeper reddish color and browns as well. So a fun fall apple pie color. So again, this was kind of came off of having peach pie and then deciding to make its tonal into a main colorway. So we did not dye this up during the dye with me, but I just had to make it into that colorway. And so then I decided, well, once I'm doing that, then I need to just make a three skein set here. So you'll see for the apple pie sock set, the tonal is kind of this richer brown color, and it actually has speckles of the red as well to tie it in. So this one's going to be called pecan pie. And so that is that color. And so that's the third color of the set of the month. We have pecan pie as a main color. So the idea here was to offer up kind of this 3-color fall theme, not quite fade, but fade-ish, but really 3-color yarn set. And I thought that would be really fun to do, to have some of the colors of the month coordinate. So you can really mix and match any combination of these 3, and that'll be really nice, I think. And yeah, I said this is pecan pie. So peach pie, apple pie, and pecan pie. I am currently knitting up the sample for the apple pie sock set. Didn't quite finish up the sock. I'm almost done with it. But so you can see apple pie knit up. Again, it's a variegated colorway. You get those reds and the brown. And then pecan pie is that kind of contrast there, which again is variegated too. It's not a solid tonal by any means. You definitely get the lighter sections too. And again, I just think the 3 colors together just go really, really pretty together. Again, this one's a little darker than it should be, but those are kind of those coordinated colors. Again, nice fun theme. I don't know if I'll always do that, but it was fun to kind of do this month. I just was struck by the inspiration and just kind of went with it all this month. Okay. Hello, Sarah. The pie set is very pretty. Yeah, it's good to get into fall, but not like too crazy, just good muted reds, kind of in that apple picking kind of feel. So, all right, so there's 2 more colors of the month. One of which is not new, but it's kind of new to the shop. So this is, and if you watched my behind the scenes vlog, you guys saw this already, but this is Mountain Springs Lake. Mountain Springs Lake started off as a gradient set, and I never had come up with an actual colorway for it. But I did that in May when I did my kind of favorite things that month. I made a Mountain Springs Lake set, and this is in reference to my husband and me and our wedding. And so brown and blue are kind of like our colors. Our house is like brown and blue. So yeah, that's Mountain Springs Lake, and I'll show the gradient set in a second. Again, this is kind of across all of those bases. I mean, in terms of matching, you do have some of the reddish tints in here, but I mean, the brown does match this one as well if you want to pair those together. And then the sock set for it is just kind of this lighter neutral. But one thing, if you look at Mountain Springs Lake, and I know I'm not holding everything up because I can like tell that the lighting is not very good, but you get all the different blues and you get browns, but then I also kind of speckle it with these brighter colors. Not these brighter colors, it's like a brighter yellow neutral color. So I did the same thing in the tonal. So you kind of get those bright speckles in there. So that is that set there. This is DK though. So that is that sock set there. And then you can see the sock here. So one thing that I liked about doing the lighter contrast here versus I think like doing a dark brown is that it really makes the blues pop, I think, by having this like lighter neutral with it. So again, I show this as a sock set. I sell it as a sock set. You can, well, I guess I don't have this color. If there's interest in having like these tonal colors that aren't necessarily available in any size skein, so you can make like a shawl with it, definitely let me know and I can add those listings too for the tonals. But that is the Mountain Springs Lake sock. And then I don't know that I've been showing them, but I also have the 50-gram skeins too, so kind of in comparison. Okay, I'm gonna come back to the gradient set after. I do have that as well, but I'm gonna just hit on the last color of the month first. Okay, so again, this is another one from the Dye With Me vlog, and this was from the most recent one, so the second one we did, and I think it's gonna be not the one that we all expected to see. But this is the dark color that I did in the most recent Dye With Me. So if you didn't watch that, definitely go back and watch it. But wanted to point out that in the first Dye With Me, I did the peach pie similar color. I did kind of lighter colors, and people were saying they wanted to see darker, more saturated colors. And so I did this color, which is definitely darker. You get like colors really all across the rainbow. There's blues and yellows and then bright purples. I'm thinking of this color as if Graffiti and Aurora had a baby. That would be this colorway. So if that gives a good visual. But I actually ended up, and I said that I thought of this color more as a winter colorway. And based on the comments, a lot of you agreed, right, that this was kind of more wintry, but I still loved it so much that I was like, you know what, this is going to be the last color of the month. I figured it was nice to kind of throw in the variety too, especially because I'm limiting the variety of the colors so much. So yeah. So that's going to be the last colorway. I'm calling this colorway Iron Sharpens Iron, and one, it's, you know, that darker color is like iron, but probably like others, we are watching a lot of the Olympics this month, and we're kind of big into the track and field, and we're behind, so no spoilers. We're like live on live sporting events as always. But one of the things that I just always love and get teary-eyed about and just appreciate so much is like the people who compete against each other, how like they're also each other's like biggest fans and number one supporters. Like, so when they cross the finish line, you know, they kind of go to each other and say good job. And I just like love that some people kind of approach the events that way of like, you know, you're my biggest competitor, but you're also like my supporter. And particularly in one event, there are two people who compete against each other, and they're both Americans and best in the world. And so without having the other, you know, that person would be the best, right? But because they have this competitor, they always go back and forth and all that stuff. So, but they're always so nice to each other and so supportive. And that's what they just kept saying throughout the Olympics, was how they wouldn't be there without the other. And so kind of bringing that back to this colorway, right? The idea of like, you know, we can make ourselves better by being in things together. You know, with the Dye With Me club, right? Like people were like, oh, I want to see darker, more saturated colors. And it kind of challenged me to create this colorway that I then love. So it's just like kind of an homage to like this community and talking with you guys. And I really do take every comment and suggestion seriously. I hope that the Dye With Me series that we did throughout July like made that clear. I really focused on a lot of the comments for inspiration. And so I thought it was just really fitting for this colorway and kind of the week and everything like that. So that is Iron Sharpens Iron. And for the sock set, instead of making it super colored, it's kind of just this dark gray tonal. I don't yet have a sample knit up of this. As soon as I have a swatch for it, I will share it. But as of right now, I didn't get to it. As you saw, that I'm still in the middle of the other one. All right, so now let me kind of read through. So those are the 5 colors of the month. So again, those are all in the shop, ready to ship. And then they're also available if you want to do any size skeins, sweater quantities, all of that. And then if they sell out throughout the month, those are the colors that I'll restock as well throughout the month. All right, so hi, Sarah. Did I say hi to you yet? Hi, Sarah. The pie says very pretty. Thank you. Blue and brown oatmeal reminds me of blueberry oatmeal. Very true. That is very true. That would have been good too. Hannah loves these colors. Which ones were they? That probably was sent a while ago. She liked these ones. Probably. So the next color of the month, I would receive September. Yeah, so if you join, so I'm assuming you mean for the Mystery Yarn Club, right? So if you, because I got a question about this actually for the most recent club. So everything's a mystery. So next week, I'm going to be revealing the August colorway. But I have exclusivity with Yarn Club. So when I show you guys the August colorway next month, you actually can't sign up for that club colorway. That's kind of already done. So, and then if it's a colorway I want to bring back, I'll wait 3 months and then bring it back to the shop. So now, if you sign up now through the 20th of this month, so August 20th, yes, you'll be signed up for September. My whole philosophy with this is that having the signups on the 20th, that gives me time to dye up the yarn and have it get to you by the 1st of the month. So you could be knitting or crocheting or whatever with the September Yarn Club during September. And then about midway through the month, that's when I reveal the colorway. So the answer to your question is yes. And I kind of made that a long explanation because I did receive some questions about it. But yeah, so it's always, you would buy the September club in August and then the October club in September. But yeah, I would love to have you in the club. So yeah, you can sign up for Mystery Yarn Clubs now through the 20th to receive September. And again, they're always a mystery, but you can see the inspiration photos for the next 3 months in the listings. And then I also have a quarterly option. So if you want to receive one club and then skip a few months and then get another club, you can also do that too. So you're not getting everything every month, but you don't have to remember to sign up all the time. So you can also do that. Yeah, so Hannah likes the blues. For anyone who doesn't know, Hannah is my niece and Gina is also my niece. All right, so again, those are the colors of the month. And then let me just show you the gradient sets. And then we also have some kits. Actually, Brian, if you're watching, I need a favor. Can you grab a sweater that's on the other table there for me? All right, so again, this is not new. This is the Mountain Springs Lake gradient set. So this is what I've had in the shop before. So it's like folded up right there, that stripe, the striped one. Thank you. So this is the Mountain Springs Lake gradient set. It goes from a dark blue over into light blue, light browns into dark browns. But you get kind of a blue throughout the whole skein. And again, kind of that brighter color. So that is the Mountain Springs Lake. These are 20 gram minis and 10 minis. 10 minis and 20 gram minis. There's also a 5 skein set too. So if you want kind of a shorter gradient, that's that. And then I also have it in 10 gram minis too. So again, these are ready to ship. I will say this is what I forgot to post. So the Mountain Springs Lake gradient sets, all of these varieties. So this is the 5 skein on the smaller minis. These are not currently listed, but I'll work on that like as soon as I'm done being live. So they'll be up later today. And so then you'll also, in terms of like the custom orders, you'll be able to order them in other size minis too. They're just, I completely forgot about those listings and realized at like 9:54. So didn't happen. Oh, hi Melissa, thank you. I'm glad you like the yarn. So that's the Mountain Springs Lake Gradient set. Again, that's probably one of my favorites. I know a lot of people love the rose gold one, which I always did too, but then I think I got a little burnt out on dyeing it. So now it has become the Mountain Springs Lake one. All right, so those are colors of the month. And so then in terms of kits, so a couple of weeks ago, I posted about the Recalibrate top. So that's a pattern by Shayna Lines Designs. It's a short sleeves, kind of make it what you want type of top. Definitely go follow her if you don't already. She has posted so many different varieties of it. It's one of those patterns that you can really do what you want with it. The idea of it is it's kind of, it can be striped, kind of vertically striped, really thin stripes, and then it has a panel, and then it has other design elements throughout it too. But the way she designed it is each kind of component of it can be done with small minis, so you could kind of work with what you have. I did create kits on it based on her patterns, and so there are two options there. One of them is with my Galentine's Day colorway, and I have like two neutrals to go with that. And then the other one is kind of similar to her main sample. That's like a light gray and dark gray, and then you can kind of see them a little bit, but then you can also order like a little pop of color, so you can add that to like the trim. And if you want, you know, it's one of those patterns, like go look at the pattern, see what you want to do, and I can kind of talk you through what you should kind of order for it. So those are really fun. And then the other one that's new is the stripes cardigan, stripe sweater. So this is what my husband just went and grabbed for me because I forgot to bring it over, but this is the stripes pullover, which is, I'd put it on, but with the lights and everything, I'll be sweating in 2 seconds. This is a pattern by Andrea Mowry. I'm sure you've all seen it, and a ton of variations of it. But Suzanne knit this up for me. So thank you, Suzanne, if you're watching this now or later. And this is one kit that I now have available. So I haven't blocked it yet, so I haven't trimmed her ends yet. I'm going to festivals next month, and I know everything will be getting blocked right before then, so didn't block it today. But so this color in here, this dark, is Midnight. The other three are all new. I'm going to be releasing a tonal kind of section of the shop, so I'm not going to have like creative colors, but this is like a light blue, a light gray, and then almost like a cream yellowish color, but really, really pretty. I think it's good for like going into the fall, but it's not like screams fall in your face. You kind of get that pop of like that brighter color, which is really nice. So kits are available for that. I have one other option as well, that if you liked the July colors of the month, I made a kit revolving around woodland. So that kit is Woodland Canopy, which was like its blue-green tonal, Rose Tea, and Overnight Oats. So people bought Woodland and Rose Tea together, and I really should have photographed it because I was like, oh wow, I didn't realize like when I dyed Woodland how well it went with Rose Tea, and they really did go together. So those 4 colors is the other option to order this kit in. And so those are up now. What I did was I created like 4 kits based on the different sizes. So again, I put in there what I think I did this, that I put in what sizes each one of my kits should line up with. But I'm a little nervous with sweaters, and this is kind of why I did it differently too, is because people make modifications. If you want to do a bust modification, make it longer. For me, when I knit sweaters, I always have to size up my sleeves. So look at the pattern, figure out how much yarn you think you need, and then pick the kit that fits along with that. Again, I'm happy to help with that, but I didn't want to make a kit for like each size or something like that, because then you'll make modifications and it wouldn't work or something like that. So kind of see how that goes and then go from there. But striped sweater, I really love how these colors came out. Suzanne knit this. I feel like she knit it in like a week. It was something crazy. But a simple pattern, right? It's just stockinette sweater. This one that she did is the full length. I think there's an option between the cropped or a full length. And there were neckline options. I think this was the sturdy neckline. So kind of a normal sweater. So yeah. And that's everything that went into the shop today. So thank you guys for checking that out. I do have a couple of other things I wanted to talk about, but let me know if there are any questions on the shop before I kind of move on. I'll give it a second. Gosh, I can talk a lot, can't I? It's 10:30 already. I can talk about yarn all day long. Okay, so in terms of other changes, and I have some news here that I want to say that like I've been thinking about for a while, and I really am announcing it kind of without much warning. But just know that it's not something I'm taking lightly and could regret tomorrow. But kind of changes to YouTube would be, I'm gonna try and do more like vlog style. So you'll see where I'm going with this. Kind of more vlog style, less sitting in front of the camera, and hoping when I want to do sitting in front of the camera, it's live like this. So it's like I'm chatting with you guys versus me just like talking to the camera. So I really want to show like more behind the scenes of the hand-dyed yarn business. So that's kind of one thing. So kind of that all being said, I'm going to be halting doing dye with me vlogs for some amount of time. There are a few reasons that are going into this, but one of the main ones is I want to be more thoughtful about them, and I want to spend more time on them, and I want to make the quality of them better and really just put a lot more into those. I really like doing them. Doing them every other week is a really big time crunch. There's a lot that goes into them. So kind of that being said, since I won't be doing the dye with me's anymore, I'm gonna have to cancel the club. So I never opened up membership for this month on August 2nd. I know I kind of announced that in my last dye with me that it would be coming back, but instead you'll probably see a cancellation notice. I don't know if it's gonna happen like when I cancel or on the 1st, but you won't like make any more payments. So if you're in the Dye With Me club, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being in that Dye With Me club and for participating in the Dye With Me's. I know you guys love them and they're very popular here on my channel, but again, I kind of want to like make sure I'm spending my time where I should be. And so right now this is like a change I have to make. So they'll be back and they'll be back better than ever. So hope that's not too disappointing. I'm sure it somewhat is to people, but that's gonna happen. So Amelia, am I looking for sample knitters? So yes, I'm if you want to be a sample knitter, I'm totally open to working with you on them. I kind of have them open knowing that people's time comes and goes. I know a lot of people teach, and so you know certain times of the year aren't as good as others, or just whatever they have going on. A lot of the, so you can see I'm knitting up a lot of the socks myself. Part of that is just because of timing. So I can knit up a sock, the yarn for it, and the next day I can be knitting on it, whereas I just had to plan like a couple of months ahead to do work with the sample knitters. And so I am doing the socks myself, but I'm still doing sample knitters for like bigger projects like this, right? So this a sample knitter did for me. So kind of moving forward, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be more of like the bigger projects, and I've really been focused on like this transition in the shop. So I know I haven't been reaching out to sample knitters a whole lot, and I hope to kind of get back to that, but I've just kind of been focused more on like these changes to the shop. So if you want to sign up, you are more than welcome to sign up, and probably will be reaching out to others like over time about it. Thank you, Teresa. I know I think you've Have you been in the club the whole time? I know some people have definitely been at the whole. I started the club in January, so definitely was a fun 7 months of that club. And I'll probably talk about it more. Like I said, I want to do like more behind the scenes, like running a hand-dyed yarn business and all of that. So I'm sure I'll talk about it more there. But any other questions about the shop? Anything you want to see more of? Hold up more colors, show anything again, ask questions or anything like that. If you're feeling inspired for like, ooh, that would make a great whatever, feel free to pop in the chat with that. Yeah, otherwise that's mostly it, other than the exciting giveaway winner. When the Dye With Me club comes back, so I'm gonna cancel the memberships. So meaning that the answer to your question is you would not be automatically subscribed when it comes back. I can see if I can put it on hold. Maybe that's something I would do. Like if people want to cancel them, they can, but otherwise maybe I can put it on hold. I just don't want it charging people every month. So maybe I'll look into that and I'll give an official answer on that. I planned to just cancel them, meaning that you wouldn't be automatically resubscribed if I opened it back up, but I can see if that's an option. My hesitation is I'm not sure what in that, even if the Dye With Me videos come back, that the Dye With Me club would necessarily come back. Okay. So yeah, so then the last thing is the giveaway winner. So if you're the giveaway winner, you can, email me, agirlandherwool@gmail.com, or message me on Instagram, wherever. So again, just the way this works is you can post on Instagram with hashtag agirlandherwool. I picked a winner from the post in July, so I think that's what I'll do. So in the September update video like this, I will announce winners from people who posted in August. It doesn't have to be a whip, so don't feel like pressured you always have to be working on something with my yarn, but it could even just be a photo of you watching the vlog. It could be if you have stash and you want to post it, really just anything it's related to me and my business. You can post on Instagram with that hashtag, and then I just randomly picked a winner. So the winner this month is Dorothy Knits. So Dorothy, you can message me again with your choice. So anything that's in stock, so one of the 100-gram ready to ship skeins can be yours. Just let me know which one. And that is it. So thank you guys so much for joining. Thanks so much for shopping at the shop and supporting me here on the channel. I hope you guys like the start of the fall colors. I'll plan to have more in the future, and don't forget that you can fill out that restock request, and even if it's not for the restock, if you have suggestions for colors you want to see come back in future updates, whether they're Mystery Yarn Club colors or previous colors that I've dyed before, we can definitely I'll definitely consider that. So I know I thought it was Amber, you posted yesterday, like, oh, here's my Dye With Me skein, and I was like, oh, I don't want to break the news tomorrow. I seriously have been going back and forth. Even this morning I was going back and forth about whether or not I would announce it, but it's the right decision for now. So oh, I hope your shoulder feels better. Maybe you can pick up crochet if you do it. Maybe that'll be easier if you do it with the other hand. I don't know. But thank you so much for watching and supporting me, Teresa, and Amber and Amelia and everyone else here. Thank you guys so much. So I will talk to you guys soon. And yeah, the vlogs aren't going away on YouTube, just kind of the Die With Me ones. And on that note, right, like, so if anyone's still here, I'll be dying in the vlogs. That's kind of the one of the points, is like, then when I show behind the scenes, it's not like always me packaging orders. I can show me dying and make it a part of those videos versus like the sitting in front of the camera holding them up. So I didn't mention that part of it, but that's kind of the whole thing too. It's like I'm going to be showing them in a different way, and then like the technique side again, just being more thoughtful about it in the future. Oh, I know, my mom. You guys might not get some Mystery Yarn Club swatches for a little while. There'll be swatches in the next when I reveal the August club, but I don't know if there'll be some swatches for the future months. So we'll see when my mom can start knitting again too. Yeah, so the Mystery Yarn Club, there's hi Renee, welcome to the channel. So for the Mystery Club, right, you get a Mystery Yarn Club color, you get a potential, the same idea, right? So you get the club color, you pick the size of the skein, you choose if you want the tonal with it, you choose whether or not you get it, and what size skeins they are. And you can also get a mini skein set like Amelia gets. So you can get a 5 skein mini skein set where you pick again the size of the skeins, and then it's based on the same photo. So it's really like a broken down version of the main color. So both mystery options. So Amelia, I know you get the club, and whoever else is here, what did you think of August? I was so nervous to send it out, and I'm curious what people will think. So for people who haven't seen it, you'll see it next week, but I did something kind of a little bit different this month. I don't know if anyone's still here. Curious what people thought of the club. Although I know right now if someone answers, they're not going to say something like, it was terrible. So maybe it's not even worth asking live. All right, I'm gonna just click stop, ending stream here. Thanks again so much for watching. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.